This case is about to get heated. A mother is demanding more financial support for their 14-year-old son, despite the father already covering tuition and health care. But here's the twist. She insists it's still not enough. Meanwhile, the father is standing his ground, arguing he's pulling his weight. The judge is about to dive into the numbers and lay down the law. Will the mother get what she's asking for, or will the father prove he's already doing his part? Stick around. This one's packed with serious courtroom drama.
Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Judge, this is the Ocean case.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Okay. Is it Miss or Mrs. Ocean?
Miss.
Miss Ocean, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I need more money each month to pay for, his activities and food and clothing, his expenses as he's getting older.
Whose activities?
Kevin's, our son.
Kevin? Okay, how old is Kevin?
He's 14.
14, okay. And you need more money? He's not giving you enough money?
No, he pays for tuition and health care, but
Kevin's father already contributes $395 for tuition and $85 for health care, covering essential expenses for their child. Now, the mother is requesting additional support for football and guitar lessons, raising the question of whether extracurricular activities should be considered necessary expenses. While child support ensures both parents contribute fairly, hobbies and sports are generally seen as optional rather than essential costs. The court must now determine whether these activities are a justifiable financial responsibility or if the request places an unfair burden on the father. Should parents be legally required to fund extracurriculars, or is this expectation unreasonable?
He pays for tuition. If I remember correctly about tuition, it's kind of expensive. It's not anything that's cheap. So how much is he paying in tuition?
$395 a month.
$395 a month. And you say he pays what else?
For health care.
Health care? How much is health care?
It's $185 a month.
$185 plus $395. Okay, is there anything else you want me to know? What type of activities?
Well, he's joined the football team. And then he plays guitar.
Guitar. Okay, and has he enrolled in those activities yet, or?
Yes.
Okay, and you're paying for those?
Yes.
And you want him to pay for them?
At least help, yes.
Okay, so there isn't anything else you want to tell me before I move to him?
No.
All right, sir?
Yes.
You pay $395 in tuition.
That's correct.
And is it $185 in health insurance? Because what I see $85 in health insurance.
It's $185.
It's $185, okay. And then what else?
There's guitar lessons, clothes. Whenever he stays with me, I pay for all his activities and everything else too. So it starts to add up.
Okay.
As you can imagine.
And she wants you to pay for more than
Kevin's father, earning $45,000 a year as a pool cleaner, is already covering tuition, health care, and other essential costs for his child. Despite having a job herself, the mother is requesting additional support for extracurricular activities, prompting the judge to question why she isn't contributing to these expenses. Child support is about fairness, ensuring both parents share financial responsibility rather than placing the burden on just one. While education and healthcare are necessities, extracurricular activities like football and guitar lessons may not be considered essential under child support laws. The court must now decide whether the father should be required to pay more or if his current contributions are already fair. What do you think? Should he be obligated to cover these extras, or is the mother responsible for helping with the additional costs?
Ma'am, the way that child support works is supposed to pay a certain percentage for the child, not for you to just get off scot-free and have him paying for everything. That's not how this works.
I understand, but as he's getting older, his expenses are getting more.
And I understand that. And what do you do for a living?
I'm an administrative assistant.
So you make money too, right?
Yes.
So it naturally follows that you should be covering some of these expenses as well, correct?
Yes.
All right, so I'm not going to have him be responsible for each one of those things individually because he's doing a lot already. And sir, where do you work?
I'm a pool cleaner.
Pool clean. How much do you make a year doing that?
About $45,000.
All right. Yeah, that's not how this works. I mean, did a friend of yours tell you that you can come in here and get him to, run him through the slammer and have him pay everything? Did somebody tell you that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, were you thinking that on your own?
I just wanted more help paying for this.
All right, so I'm gonna need you to go ahead and pay for some of this on your own, because I'm not going to make him responsible for everything. What I have here, sir, I'm not sure if your employer made a mistake on your documentation, but what you provided to the court for medical insurance, I have $85, not $185. So I only can give you credit for what's in front of me. If that's an error, you can come back at any time and get that fixed, but I have to go with what's in front of me. So based on $45,000 a year, I have your gross at $3,600. I have your net at $2,948.13, which would bring your child support amount to $589.63. However, considering that you do pay a lot for this child already, the Texas Family Code allows me to consider factors to deviate from what your child support amount should be. One of those factors being child care expenses. So what I'm going to do, instead of making you pay that $589.
The judge's decision to lower child support to $395 ensures that the child's tuition is covered while also recognizing the father's financial limitations. Instead of enforcing the full $589.63, the court made an adjustment that prioritizes the child's education without unfairly burdening the father, who is already contributing significantly. This case highlights how courts can exercise discretion in child support rulings, making adjustments when necessary rather than strictly following a formula. By ensuring that both parents share responsibility fairly, the judge struck a balance between financial obligations and practical reality. Do you think this was the right move? Or should the father have been ordered to pay more?
So that's your education. Your child's education is very important. So your child support is going to be based on that. So $395 a month.
So you're raising my child support?
No, your child support is going down. So
Oh, okay. I'm not good at math.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
I was told there would be no math during this session. So.
And that's one, I thought that it would be the same thing when I went to law school. Somebody lied to me. I still have to do math. So instead of $589.63, your child support is going to be the $395 a month for the tuition that you would pay. And you, of course, will have to keep covering the health insurance. And if you choose to pay for football and guitar, that's up to you. But ma'am, you need to be responsible for something. So, does anybody have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Any questions?
No, I appreciate it though.
No problem. Well, you don't even have to thank me. You can thank the legislator because they give us the option to do this for people. It's just the right thing to do. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
The court's decision was a clear statement that child support isn't just about one parent's demands. It's about fairness and shared responsibility. Instead of increasing the father's financial burden, the judge ensured tuition was covered while leaving extracurricular costs as optional expenses. This case serves as a reminder that courts consider both parents' financial situations before making rulings, rather than simply granting more money upon request. It's a balanced outcome that protects the child's essential needs without unfairly penalizing either parent. What do you think? Was the judge's ruling fair, or should dad have been required to pay more? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoy real courtroom drama, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more legal breakdowns.